What's up, boys and girls? I'm Mr. Vaca and welcome back to the channel. It's been a long time since I've seen you guys. I've been really busy working hard here at our summer STEAM camp at the Mahanason Center for Advanced Technology building. It's been a ton of fun. And next week, we're gonna be learning how to make and design your own video games using Super Mario Maker 2 and Nintendo Labo VR Kit. So for today's episode, I wanna dive in to the make section of Super Mario Maker 2. And then, I'm not gonna view my notifications now. Instead, I'm gonna hit my plus button. And you know where I'm gonna go. Yamamura's Dojo, my favorite place to learn all the different lessons on how to be a maker, a designer in Super Mario Maker 2. Now, we have been in the beginning section and we've done sections or lessons 1 through 5. Today, we're gonna start off with lesson number 6, using parts terrain. Let's see what they have to say. Using parts terrain. In this lesson, we'll be talking about terrain parts. Let's start with the ground, which is generally used as a foundation to walk on or for making walls. Let's see it in action. He's got a little ledge that pops out there. Very cool. Placing terrain like this creates platforms that Mario has to jump on. But there's no rule saying that ground tiles have to be placed on the ground. You can also place them in the air to make floating islands. Next, let's look at bridges, semi-solid platforms, and mushroom platforms. These parts are interesting because Mario can jump through them from below to get on them, but he can't get through them from above. Also, let me show you something. Nina, do you think you can get those 4 coins? The ones in the middle? Easy peasy. Oh, but now we got a problem. Mario's stuck down there. He can't get up. No, the walls are too high and I can't get out. Remember to keep in mind how high Mario can jump when designing your course. And that is the end of lesson 6. That is very cool. Let's check out using parts blocks. You know, Mario's got to break those blocks. It's what he does best. Lesson 7, using parts blocks. The block and question block parts are some of the most versatile and iconic tools in your Maker toolbox. Mario can walk on blocks and question mark blocks, meaning that you can use them as mid-air platforms. Let's try walking on some blocks. Next, I'm going to place some question mark blocks. You can put various parts inside of a question block. Whatever you placed inside the question block will pop out when Mario hits it. Oh yeah, let's stuff some parts in these question mark blocks. Let's go Super Mushroom! Ah yes, that's a power-up item. Trampoline time, baby! Yes, you can put certain gizmos in them too. And I'll stick a Goomba in here. Okay, that's an odd choice, but last but not least, a green Koopa Troopa. I'm getting too old for this. Go ahead and play it, Nina. Try and stop me. Huh? It's kind of annoying when enemies come out of question mark blocks. When a player hits a question mark block, they expect to find something good inside. I recommend you avoid putting enemies in there, unless you can think of a fun reason to do so. Finally, we'll cover the regular blocks. Mario can break the blocks by hitting them while he's powered up. That's right, small Mario cannot break those guys. Let's see what this means in practice. So here's small Mario. He's gonna try and break one of the blocks and he can't because he's small. But he gets a power up, turns big. He then will break those blocks. Uh-oh, but now Mario can't get over there. If you break a ledge made of blocks, you might not be able to clear the course. Think about that when designing. Try to avoid creating situations where the player has no option but to restart if they break a block. The end. That's right, you don't want to make it too challenging for your players. Next up, let's look at enemies. Part 8, Chapter 8, the last chapter for today, enemies. Okay, now there's lots of enemies that you can choose from. Now I'll teach you about Goombas and Koopa Troopas. You'll probably already know, but enemies like Goombas and Koopa Troopas will hurt Mario if they run into him. Let's observe a wild Goomba in its natural habitat. The Goomba isn't exactly a genius. It keeps moving forward when it reaches the edge of a platform, only turning around when it bumps into a wall. You can defeat a Goomba by stepping on it from above, like so. Easy peasy. Classic Mario. Next, we'll cover the Koopa Troopas. Watch the movement of the green Koopa Troopa and the red Koopa Troopa. The green falls down, but the red stays up. The green Koopa Troopa keeps moving forward when it reaches the edge of a platform, whereas the red Koopa Troopa turns around when it reaches the edge. Jumping on the green Koopa Troopa or the red Koopa Troopa from above will turn it into a shell and cause it to stop moving. But if you leave them for a while, they'll pop back up from their shell and start moving again. That's right, they'll pop up, but you can grab them and throw them or kick them. Mario can kick a Koopa shell by bumping into it from the side. It's also a good idea to keep thinking about terrain that allows players to use Koopa shells effectively. I wonder why the green ones and the red ones move differently. Do you think it's cultural or biological? Biological. They're just programmed to move that way. Anyway, there are many other types of enemies as well. Knowing the characteristics of each enemy type is important when placing them in your course. Enemies can create difficulty spikes in your course, so don't go overboard with them. Treat enemies like truffle salt. A little bit goes a long way. The end. Well, thank you guys for watching. This has been another episode of Maker Lessons in Yamamura's Dojo of Super Mario Maker 2. Don't forget to work hard, play hard, and thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time.